Y'all, I turned 30 over the weekend. In soap terms, that means I am no longer relevant unless I am in the mob. Welcome to General Hospital MV, my GA chapter show. I'm gonna jump right in with my favorite part of the week, Olivia and Robert. Man, I cannot tell you guys enough how much I love their friendship. Olivia and Robert arrived in Geneva this week to see Dante, and Olivia was singing Robert's praises when one of the workers at the WSB facility gave them, well, not really much of a problem, but like, I still lived for it. Sadly, Dante's doctor left it up to Dante on whether or not he wanted to see Olivia or not, and he chose not to, but what we gained from that was a really emotional and powerful moment between Dante and Olivia. The performance from Lisa Locicero and Dominic Zamprogna was absolutely stellar, and I loved that like split screen special effect that they did in that scene. It made for a very powerful moment. Now, as you guys might remember, Olivia made a pact with Robert that she would attend Holly's memorial with him. Despite her heartbreak, she followed through with that promise. And when they were over there, we got some amazing flashbacks of Robert and Holly. And not only that, but we got confirmation that Holly is in fact alive. Not that this surprises me, but I was actually really surprised to actually hear Emma Sam's voice on that phone. I'm sure she recorded it from Ireland where she is. I don't think we're going to see her anytime soon, but at least we got confirmation that she's alive. And on top of that, we heard her mention the name Pete. So I think Peter's downfall might be on its way. Here's hoping anyway. But yeah, I don't think we'll see Emma Sam's, but I do know that we're probably going to see a familiar face because Robert tracked the call to Monte Carlo, and I'm not going to spoil it for you guys in case you don't read spoilers, but someone connected to Holly will be coming back soon. Wait and see. Don't mention it in the comments. Keep it hush-hush, guys. Now, since I brought up Peter, I should mention that Spinelli did show Jason the footage of Peter incriminating himself, but Jason thinks that that is not concrete enough evidence. You know what? 10 years ago, you would have thought it was concrete enough and you would have taken him down. I used to hate that Jason managed to solve things so quickly and like solved every problem, but man, I really miss how fast storylines went because of that back then. It is taking forever for Jason to do anything nowadays, and that is just not the classic Jason Morgan style. I might have not liked him being the hero of every storyline back in the Gouza days, but damn did things go much faster. Ugh, it's horrible. I need Peter to pay now. I need Cyrus to go down now. This is ridiculous. Now, before I get into all the havoc that Cyrus is bringing throughout Port Charles, I should mention that Sam actually apologized to Brando for accusing him of tampering with Jason's car. I'm still kind of uncomfortable with them sharing scenes because it seems that they're getting chummy now, and I wouldn't put it past these writers to throw yet another wrench in keeping J-Sam together. It's just like, I don't trust them. I don't trust y'all. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't trust y'all. Alright, now let's get into Cyrus. So like I said, he's wreaking havoc throughout Port Charles, but especially in the hospital. Not only did he fire Monica and Bobby, but he bumped Epiphany off of head nurse duty and put her into an administrative job and bumped Elizabeth down to 2 shifts a week. And on top of that, he made Britt Westbourne the chief of staff of the hospital. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually excited that Britt is back, but this is crazy. I don't think that Britt would willingly work with a drug lord. I know that she is not the shiniest, squeakiest, cleanest doctor on the show, but I do think that she has some morals, and I mean, I don't think that she believes that he is an innocent man and, you know, free of all of his crimes and he didn't actually commit any of that, because look at her mother. She didn't even believe her mother didn't do her last crime, so why is she just so willing to think that he is a squeaky clean gentleman that has been exonerated of crimes that he probably didn't commit? Speaking of which, I can't imagine how frustrating it was for Jordan to have to sit there and watch Cyrus lie to her face over and over and over, knowing that he's lying, and she's just like, you're not gonna pal up to anything. I don't have a wire. I'm stuck working with you and you're not gonna be honest with me. Cyrus is covering his bases. But anyway, Jordan went over there to accuse him of murdering Dr. Neil Byrne, and he actually didn't seem to know what was going on. He actually called somebody to be like, hey, find out if Dr. Neil Byrne died from our drugs. So I don't think that he murdered him. I think that maybe, hopefully, something more sinister is going on, because I really don't believe that Neil would just do drugs in Alexis's bed. Like, even though there was a chance that maybe he did do it and didn't know that he would overdose, I just don't see Neil being an undercover drug addict. I just don't see it. I really hope that there is something sinister going on. To see Alexis and Julian find that syringe under the bed and Alexis's heart just breaking, oh, this is bad. Like, I wouldn't even blame Alexis for going back to the bottle, because this sucks. Like, this is a horrible mess that she's found herself in. I mean, the man that she finally wanted to be with just dies in her bed, and it turns out he was a secret drug addict. I don't want to believe it. Poor Alexis. Now, even though Julian was there for a bit to help Alexis, he still has his own problems to contend with, mainly the whereabouts of the documents that prove that he was involved in keeping Wiley away from Michael, and also involved in Brad and Lucas's accident. He sneaks into Martin's suite and tries to find the documents, but to no avail. Martin and Valentine got back there before he managed to find it, and Ava helped him get away, but you know, Julian's still in the predicament that he's in. Now, since I mentioned Valentine, I have to mention my second most favorite scenes of this week. It was when Bobby confronts Valentine in the Metro Court and just ripped him for a new one, and then Carly dismissed him, and like, the look on his face, I burst out laughing. I mean, look at this.
Why don't we leave Valentine alone and invite Britt to have a drink with us?
Good idea.
No one asked you.
So good. Anytime that I can see Valentine look like a fool, I am here for it. Alright, now let's talk about Valentine's ex, Nina. Now, she and Jax are on the hunt for the lead of the person that made the necklace and cut it. They found the person, and he had the receipts of the person that asked them to cut it. It wasn't Nina's mom, but it was a woman named Phyllis Caulfield. And this might just be wishful thinking on my part, but I really hope and believe, I'm kind of believing, I think, since we don't know Harmony's first real name, that it maybe was Phyllis, and Phyllis might be Willow's adoptive mom, and Willow might be Nina's daughter. I so don't want Nina's daughter to be Nell. I want there to be some kind of explanation for that, so I am putting out all my hope that Willow is in fact Nina's daughter, and this is a good way to do it. So if y'all want to change your minds about, you know, Nina being Nell's mom, this is a good way to do it. It is right there for you. You've presented it to yourselves. Now roll with it. Alright, let's talk about the kids of Port Charles. Now, for whatever reason, we can't get all 4 kids in a scene together, but we did finally see Dev this week, and it was truly bizarre. Basically, Cameron accused him of being asexual, and Dev was pretty fired up about it, and that was about it on the Dev front. I mean, Cameron was kind of in La La Land because he is convinced that Jocelyn likes him, and I can tell that they're going to pin Jocelyn and Trina against each other in a competition to win Cameron's heart. Cameron, just choose Trina. You don't want the drama of the Corinthos clan in your life any further, okay? I mean, let's compare notes. When you look at the Corinthos clan, they just seem to have drama after drama after drama, no matter what family member you're looking at. But then you look at Trina's mom, and there she is this week, bearing the hatchet between herself and Ava. The two of them managed to find some common ground when it came to Trina, and kind of buried their feud under the water. So which is great, because for me, I always found it kind of weird that Portia seemed to have it in for Ava, especially when her daughter's best friend's parents are neck deep in the mob, and Ava's been pretty much out of the mob for a while now. Now, having said that, Ava is still kind of a hot mess in other ways. Ava and Franco and Nicholas and Elizabeth are in this cat and mouse game with all 4 of each other at this point. Franco and Ava and Nicholas and Elizabeth both shared kind of an off-screen kiss, where apparently both of them had someone with a camera watching them, and they both had their pictures taken. Now listen, I am aware that Elizabeth has a past of straying away from her men and cheating on them, and well, when it comes to Franco, we don't really see women go near him because he has a serial killing past, and he might like the attention of a woman once in a while that's, you know, not his current woman. I don't know. But for me, I feel like the show is invested in Franco and Liz as a couple. Personally, I don't like them. I think that Elizabeth deserves better, but I do see that the show is invested in them. So I kind of feel like maybe Franco and Liz are kind of trying to turn the tables on Nicholas and Ava. I think that they realize that they are being played by them, and they are just trying to get them out of a marriage as fast as possible because, you know, Franco does care about Ava, and Elizabeth does care about Nicholas, and they probably both feel that they deserve better than to be caught in this marriage. So I think Franco and Liz are playing a game of their own. That's just my theory. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, finally let's talk about the Corinthos clan. Now, they always have drama, but this week was more so about the fact that Mike is dying and that we are at the end of the story. Even Stella has come back to say her goodbyes to Mike, but the sweetest scenes actually go to Jocelyn and Mike. Jocelyn was kind of having, you know, a sad moment of wondering what things could have been like if Mike was still around for her future. She imagined him being there for homecoming and being there for her graduation day and her wedding, and when she got pregnant, we got all these like flash forward scenes of them that I thought were really sweet. The only thing that I didn't really like about it is that the last couple of years that Mike has been on, Jocelyn and Mike really haven't shared that many scenes together, so I think it would have hit harder if they did, but really I can only recall like 2 or 3 times where they actually interacted during this Alzheimer's storyline, so I don't know, it's hit and miss. I like where the scene was going, it's just, it would have hit harder if we actually seen Jocelyn and Mike together more often is what I'm saying. But anyway, that's it when it comes to GH. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Before I let you go though, I'd like to remind you that I will be reacting to more classic episodes of GH at the end of this month, so let me know what scenes you guys want to see down the road. And if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.
Let me hold it down. Let me hold it down. Let me be your ground.